Hi there. In some earlier demos, we already cleared the energy field, we cleared psychic attack, and we did a realignment of the energy body with the physical body. And at the end of that demo, Linda found that she had almost like restless leg syndrome, where her legs felt very restless and sort of almost itchy, and like she just absolutely had to move them. They were uncomfortable, which makes a lot of sense, and which I'll be able to explain now when we do the pranic tube alignment, what was going on there. In the meantime, we already have a stone on the root chakra, or for the root chakra. I prefer to place the stone between the root and second chakra for many totally obvious reasons that don't have to be explained, but that it is a more convenient and easier place. It's just more manageable to place the root chakra stone here. Another option is to place it here between the knees. That is another option, so that you don't feel that you're ever invading people's privacy or doing something that is not inside of excellent professional boundaries. We've also placed cornelian under this hand, so there's the cornelian over there. Excellent. And then I've also got this tangerine lemurian with a calcite coating that I'm going to put under her right hand. And so there's that gorgeous, it's actually a double soulmate stone and everything, but the glow is just, just fabulous. Okay, here we go, Linda. So that's all to support the etheric realm, because the pranic tube is the etheric realm. And what is the pranic tube? The pranic tube is the equivalent of the spine, but in the energy body. So the energy body does not have a spine with vertebrae, but it does have a central column, and that central column connects the chakras, and you want a flow of energy up and down that central column, and that central column can get disrupted in multiple ways, including that its alignment, just like the spine, can go off center and become a little bit kinked or crooked or squeezed or blocked. And so it's very important to maintain a clear flow in the pranic tube, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at pranic tube alignment, and then coming off the pranic tube are filaments that are like antenna, and they are like, can be like long antenna, and they wave around just like those sea creatures have antenna that are floating in the ocean, picking up different information, very, very sensitive to vibrational frequency. And I'll be showing how to work with those antenna and get a person very much more comfortable by aligning the pranic tube and the antenna that come off the pranic tube. The first thing that we need to do is just make sure that we've drained stress off the energy field sufficiently for the pranic tube to be able to relax. I'm going to begin with my favorite 2-Faden system for draining stress off the energy field. And we have our 2 big Fadens here, and I'm going to go over to Linda's feet. Now, after I've used the Fadens, I am going to use my 2 garnets. And you can use garnet palm stones, you can use garnet slices, and you can use small little tumbled garnets, or even slightly bigger ones, but I have these nice slices and I'm going to use them. And what is extraordinary about these garnets is that they will open the areas, they'll open the channels between the chakras. So in the pranic tube, this garnet will push open any blockages that are preventing a free flow from chakra to chakra of the energy. So we'll be using those garnets. Right, starting here, I line up the thread of the Faden. That's my white thread. That's it over there. I line it up and I place it on the foot, and then I just hold, and I can feel the stress. And this begins the process of the energy running smoothly into the feet, which is what we want, because there was that restlessness in the actual muscles of the leg, and probably the nervous system as well. Does that feel good, Linda?
Yeah, it's almost like
too strong?
No, it felt like it's lining me up, like I was kind of crooked.
Oh, it immediately brought a realignment.
Yeah.
Good. You know, I like that about the fardens, that they help instantly with bringing flow down through the legs into the feet and, if necessary, out. In this particular instance, we're just trying to get your feet included in the flow of the energy system. So that's what happened. That's excellent.
Yeah, it was really weird. Feel that crookedness just kind of lining up.
And it's not in your physical body. You're set up pretty well physically. So definitely those were sort of kinks that needed to be straightened out, but in the energy system.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is again. That's amazing. How great is that?
Yeah, it's like I can breathe freer.
Yes. Very good. All right. So that worked nice and quickly, probably because of everything else we've already done in the other demos. So now I'm going to put these garnets on the soles of her feet, just below her toes, and on the metatarsal area. That's at the ball of the foot, I could say. That's nice.
Yeah.
Whew. Do you feel that opening?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like I can breathe again.
Can you build those into my shoes?
Build these into your shoes?
Yeah.
Ooh, we've got a new product. Here we go. We'll start this afternoon building garnets into shoes.
Mm-hmm.
It just shows how much you need it. Wow. It's absolutely fantastic, the effect this is having. I can feel your crown chakra now. I can sense my flow up the pranic tube all the way into the crown. And here it comes. Now comes the energy into your hands. Do you feel anything different in your hands?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. I'll tell you what, you know how your right arm was uncomfortable and tight?
Yeah.
How does it feel right now?
It feels nice and loose.
So that it's the absence of the lack of flow. You see, sometimes it's hard to detect, because what happens is you just get to feeling more right. It's the absence of something interfering. Very nice.
Yeah, and what I felt kind of crooked and lining up before just felt like it got strengthened with the garnets.
Good. I'm just going to put the garnets on the top of your feet there so the camera can see them, and you can do it this way as well. And as it happens, this is quite powerful for your shins. Very nice. All right. We did that, and it worked. Fabulous. So now for the pranic tube alignment, I use two very, very specific tools, which I am going to show you. My smoky quartz elestial, and my kunzite needle. And what I do is I'm going to do V-gridding, and I'm going to do it from here. And I like to do the lower half first. So I start at the solar plexus chakra. I go either side of the chakra to make my V-grid. The crystal wants to show off for the camera, so I'm going to turn it. Ooh, it's actually got a nice place for my thumb here. Look. The camera and the crystal together work to show me an extra better thumb hold. And I hold like so, and then I take two sides of the pranic tube and I lengthen down all the way down the column of the energetic system to beyond the feet, and then I lift out. Okay, let's go back to the solar plexus and do that again. Because we do want to do this at least 3 times. Oh my, it's really registering for you.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just really shut down that right leg.
Oh my, yeah, okay. All right, there we go. Nice. With the Pranic Tube. Brilliant. Good. And back up to the solar plexus. This is a very, very significant and meaningful adjustment for people. And we come all the way beyond the feet. And the lifting out needs to be very gentle because you're deep into the middle of the energy system when you're working on the Pranic Tube. So the way you enter and the way you exit, these are two very important dynamics. Now we're going to go up towards the head. So again, we're going to come back to the solar plexus and we'll do the Pranic Tube up beyond the crown now. Okay, we'll start here and hopefully you can see the kunzite, and I will turn our elestial this way, and now we pull the Pranic Tube this way. Good. And we do this 3 times at least. Now it's interesting because this upper half of the Pranic Tube is in much better alignment than the lower half was. It's hardly needing adjustment. And we'll just do one more for luck. Because we all need luck. And there we are. Very good. So that's the actual alignment of the tube. But now the filaments. And for the filaments, I like to use scolecite. Now this is raw scolecite. It's got needles, and you want to be careful with this. It's got splinters, and it's flaky, and it's brittle, and it can give you little scolecite splinters in your hands, which you won't like. And so it's a bunch of needles and filaments stuck together. Believe it or not, this is this material. This is a scolecite wand that has been lapidated. Did you see those? That's the raw one.
So beautiful.
And that's the one. Now, they both work. They both work really well. They both work so well that I actually like to use both. So I'm going to comb the filaments first with the raw scolecite, and I'm going to put the lapidated one down on the table here. And the filaments, what they need to do is cascade down and beyond the feet. And that is what is going to restore comfort to Linda. And let me tell you also, these filaments cascading down correctly to beyond the feet, that is what has us feel grounded. If the filaments pull up, and they do, they retract, and they don't brush the antenna, don't brush the earth the way they're meant to, we will feel ungrounded. When people talk about sending roots into the earth in order to feel grounded, what they're really talking about is these Pranic Tube filaments being able to make contact with the earth. And it is one of the reasons that walking on marble, concrete, and hard top, black top, is not good for us, is because the filaments do not like it. They do not want to brush on those surfaces. They're too hard for filaments. They want grass and sea sand and so on. There we are. This is a strong sensation for you, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So these are the filaments of the root chakra. Now, once you do the filaments of the root chakra, you must balance and do the filaments of the crown chakra, because now we have a cascade of very long filaments coming down this way. You can see how sensitive they are, that she can't stop her legs from reacting as she picks that up. Let's see if we can get you to relax a little bit here. Does that help?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
It's funny. I was thinking I felt a little ungrounded before we started doing this.
And now? Does it feel a bit better?
Yeah.
But it's not balanced at the crown yet, and that's what makes a big difference, because you want that balance from root to crown. And if these filaments are lying lengthened out like this, but we haven't done the crown yet, that's going to have you still feel off balance. So let's go and do the crown. So I go up to the crown chakra now, and I want to comb these filaments coming out of the crown chakra, and I go quite a long way on Linda. These filaments are different lengths on different people. And this is long, I can tell you that much. Well, there we go. Doesn't that feel better already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does to me. The balance is already coming. Good. So we're going to do that. Alright, and it doesn't need so much, because as I said, this upper half wasn't in as bad a shape as the lower half. And let me explain that really it's how synchronized the different aspects of yourself are is very important. It's actually not that comfortable to be in good shape in the upper half of your body but poor shape in the lower half. You are only as strong as the weakest part of you. And so that can set up quite a difficult inner conflict between these different aspects if one part of you is actually feeling okay and another part isn't, because the not okay part dominates, like it or not. All right, now so the filaments of the pranic tube from the root chakra go this way, from the crown chakra go that way, but from the other chakras they go up like this. You want them to be able to go up like this. And I can feel them responding, but we're going to do that with the scolecite. So we literally comb them up. You often do not need to do these chakras. You can check and ask for a yes/no inner response. Do I need to do any other chakras? And these ones are already just sorting themselves out, because the pranic tube is like that. It's like a plant. If you put water in the earth of a plant, then the roots take up the water and send the water throughout the plant. And that's what's happening with the filaments. They're very much like root hairs in their behavior and even in what they look like. And except for their length, they can be long. And those filaments take up the etheric energy and move it through the pranic tube. And that's what creates the tone and gets the behavior of these filaments to improve. But of course, we all need all the help we can, so here we are. We may as well just give a little brush up to the energy, and her energy system's certainly appreciating it. Absolutely fabulous. That's so great. Wonderful. Marvelous. And just guiding nicely. So that's all with the raw scolecite. So each of these little individual needles that create the crystal structure, they're each hooking into the filaments and coaxing them along, energizing them. Pretty much like fiber optics, what we're doing here. I'm going to use this version of the scolecite, and I am going to comb these filaments this way, just one strand at a time. And this has a very firm feeling to it. It's very interesting in what way this is different. You don't need both, but certainly there is an advantage to doing both. And once again, Linda's system is registering this very, very strongly. Right, and now back up to the crown. Very, very nice. And there we have Pranic Tube realignment. Very nice. You should feel quite different as a consequence of that. Did you like it?
I did. Very nice.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.